Alright guys, so today we're going to be checking out the brand new LG tone-free FP9 True Wireless earbuds. Now this is a very interesting pair of earbuds because this is LG's top of the line model. I mean, they're priced at $199, which puts them right in the middle of all the heavy hitters. So it's very interesting to see all of the features they crammed into this earbud, because a lot of these features we've seen before, but some of these features I have not seen on any other pair of earbuds. So we're gonna talk about all of these features. We're gonna talk about the sound. We're gonna see what all they include inside the box and see if these could possibly be worth the $199 price tag. So to start with, some of the features that these have is the FP9s do have active noise canceling. They also work with LG's app, which is what's giving you a lot of these features. These are also tuned by Meridian, which is a British company. Now they've been tuning LG's stuff for quite a while, and it usually tends to have a more spacious sound that's focused on clarity, and we're gonna see how they did when it comes to these earbuds. It also comes with a UV nano charging case. Now it's saying that this kills up to 99.9% of the bacteria that's on the speaker mesh grill. And with this model, it actually only takes 5 minutes to do this, where the previous model took about 10. And then as far as the Bluetooth version, it does come with Bluetooth 5.2. But one of the most impressive features about these, and this is again one of those things I haven't seen on other earbuds, is it also comes with a USB-C to 3.5mm cable that you plug into the charging case, and you can plug it into anything that has a headphone jack, and it just wirelessly sends a signal to the earbuds. So if you're on a plane, you can plug it into that entertainment system. If you're on a treadmill, you can plug it into that. Some of the gaming systems you can plug it into. And that way, some of those devices that you normally can't connect to with a Bluetooth signal, the case itself is actually sending that audio signal to you wirelessly to your earbuds. And so this is impressive because there's a lot of people that use their earbuds and then you run into situations where you can't normally use your earbuds. And this kind of solves that because it makes it work for anything that's going to output audio. Now moving over to LG's app, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. This is very important that you download this because this is what's gonna keep your earbuds updated. This also allows you to switch between different active noise canceling and ambient mode levels. There's EQ options built in, including their 3D surround sound, which we're gonna talk about. It also allows you to customize EQ settings on your own, so you can kind of tweak these earbuds any way that you want to. There is a gaming mode, which is going to cut down latency if you're going to use these for movies, videos, or gaming. There is also a whispering mode, which I haven't seen on any other pair. But when you switch it into this mode, you take the right earbud and you kind of hold it close to your mouth and you can whisper if you're going to be taking a phone call, if you just happen to be in an environment where there's a lot of noise, or if you're around people that you don't want them to hear what you're saying. This is interesting because you can switch it into this mode and then just talk very quietly and it will pick it up, which I do want you guys to hear some of that here. All right, guys, so here is the whisper mode. I know this kind of seems creepy, but this is just to let you see what it does and how it picks up whispering. And I can understand seeing this in different situations, but I just wanted you guys to hear it. And so now here it is with the crowd noise being played. That way you can kind of see how this would benefit using this in a very busy environment. And then as far as some other features that the app has, is it does allow you to control the smart sensors on the earbuds. You can turn this feature on or off. So the earbuds do pause when you take them out of your ears, and they do resume whatever you were listening to once you put them back in. And you can also go in the app and then just turn the touch controls off altogether. You basically are locking it. So if you're somebody that adjusts your earbuds a lot, or if you're gonna be using it at the gym, like if you're working and you need to move them around, this is nice to switch it into because you don't have to worry about those accidental touches. Now moving over to talking about the ANC and the ambient mode. Within the app, like I said, you have two different levels of active noise canceling. It's basically a high and a low. Now I find this to be important because there's some people with active noise canceling that feel a lot of pressure. Like it just kind of has that vacuum type feel. So if the noise canceling is just too much, you can switch it into the low mode. And I feel like the active noise canceling is very good on this pair. Now, it's still not in the ballpark of the Sony or the Bose. Those are always considered to be the top, and I still keep them there. So if we say that the Sony and the Bose is blocking out around 90 to 95%, I would put the LG Tone Free's blocking out around 80. And that's pretty impressive because a lot of noise canceling on other earbuds aren't generally blocking out a lot of noise. So these do a really good job against low engine noises and AC units, but these also do a pretty decent job of blocking out people talking. And that's usually where earbuds kind of drop the ball. But when it comes to their ambient mode, there's also two different levels of this as well. There's a listening mode, which is allowing you to hear traffic and car horns and things like that. So if you're going to be out running and you need to hear some of your environment, that's the mode that you'd keep it in. But it also has a conversation mode. So if somebody comes up to talk to you, it's more focused on bringing in what that person is saying. So it's really easy to carry on a conversation and not have to worry about taking your earbuds out. Now, if you do want to use these outdoors, they do come with an IPX4 rating. So it means if you're at the gym and you're sweating heavily, it's going to be fine. If you're by the pool and these get splashed on, or if it starts to rain, you don't have to worry about any of that. But this is still not a pair that you would want to submerge into water. And IPX4 seems to be about the norm when it comes to earbuds with active noise canceling. Now, as far as anything that they've included inside the box, like I said earlier, it does come with that USB-C to 3.5mm headphone jack cable. It also comes with small, medium, and large ear gels. Now, these ear gels are hypoallergenic, so if you're somebody that normally wears earbuds and find that they irritate your skin, this is a nice feature because you don't have to worry about that. And then it also comes with a USB-C cable for charging. And this is important, and this is the one feature I'm kind of surprised that this pair does not have, is there's no Qi wireless charging on the case. So you are gonna have to keep up with that USB-C cable. And speaking of the charging, battery life is very impressive on this pair, especially if you just use them with the noise canceling turned off, because in that mode, you're going to get 10 hours on the earbuds with around 24 hours using the case. But if you just decide to leave the noise canceling on all the time, you're going to get around 6 hours on the earbuds and around 15 hours using the case. And that is quite a noticeable gap in battery life, which just goes to show you the noise canceling is actually effective. They are using 3 microphones on each earbud, so it is going to draw a little bit more power. But if you do happen to pick your earbuds up and they are dead, these do have a fast charge feature where a 5-minute charge will get you around an hour's worth of use. Now, moving over to looking at the case and the earbuds, the case on these are very small. It has a very smooth texture to it, so it is a little slippery. But on the back, you can see the USB-C input for charging. And on the side, you see the little switch that you would switch these into if you're gonna use these in the wired mode. And then around on the front, you have 2 different lights. You have one that's showing that it's in that UV nano mode. And then you have the other one, which is your indicator light that kind of gives you an idea of how much battery life is left on the case. Now, moving over to looking at the earbuds, these do have the short little stems, and the reason these are using stems is they do want the microphones to be a little bit closer to your mouth. Now, these also use touch controls, and I'm happy to say that they give you control over everything. I was kind of expecting these not to, because it seems like all of the bigger brands just always leave out volume control. But with this pair, you have your play, your pause, the ability to skip forwards, you can go backwards, you can turn your volume up and down, and then you also can switch it into your noise canceling or ambient mode by long pressing the earbuds. So these do control everything, and I am happy to see that. And then as far as using these for phone calls, this is another area I was very impressed with. You can tell that the microphones are doing a very good job of focusing in on your voice and then just blocking out a lot of the noise around you. But you guys can be a judge by listening to a test here. All right, guys, so here is the mic test using the FP9s. Again, I think it's very impressive how well it picks up my voice. I felt like it picked up even bass tones pretty nicely, but this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call. And so now here's the mic test for the crowd noise being played, which you can hear here. And so this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call in public. So now let's talk about the sound. And the sound obviously can switch between many different things because of the EQ settings within the app, but I'm going to talk about the sound the way it is out of the box. And actually, before I even talk about that, it does have that 3D soundstage mode. Now, I do not recommend using this for music. To me, it just has a weird effect on it. But if you're going to be watching movies or TV shows or sporting events or anything like that, this is where this mode excels because it just opens up everything. It just sounds a lot more realistic than just listening to it in normal stereo mode. And as far as listening to music with the default mode that's out of the box, this is a very clean and detail-oriented earbud. You can tell that there's a lot of focus on the mids and the highs. In fact, if you listen to these at high volumes, the treble can actually sound quite harsh. And I personally, again, like this. I like a very detailed sound. I like hearing the strumming of acoustic guitars or just little things that you don't normally hear in other earbuds. And to do this, they also have the bass very tight. It's not a loose bass. It's not that subwoofer type bass. It does have impact, but it quickly hits and then just moves on. So if you're a bass head, this is not one of the pairs that I would recommend for you. And this is also just switching between different EQ options. Even in the bass boost mode, it's still not going to give you some of the bass that some other earbuds out there are giving you. So do keep that in mind. But the mids are definitely pushed forward, so hearing vocalists is no issue with these. I was just very impressed with the sound quality because you can just tell there's a lot of attention to detail, but also a lot of attention in keeping these sounding spacious and open, because the sound stage and the sound imaging, this is a very open sounding earbud, and I just never had any issue being able to tell where different sounds were coming from. So to wrap this up, my overall opinion on these, it's actually pretty simple. Yes, $199 is a lot of money, and in that price range, there's some very impressive competition. So it's really going to come down to what you need them for. Because if you're a bass head, I think there's better options in this price range. If you're somebody that likes to have Qi wireless charging, that's one feature that you're not going to have with this pair. But outside of that, you're getting every other feature possible. And again, having that ability to plug these into devices that aren't Bluetooth and being able to use your earbuds, that is a very nice feature, and I think that's what makes these stand out the most. Now, if you are a germaphobe or you just like everything to seem clean, obviously having the UV nano charging case is a plus, but the whisper mode is interesting. I could see where you would use this in other situations, and again, I haven't seen this in other earbuds. The gaming mode is nice because it allows you to use these with all types of media without having to worry about lag. So this is a very feature-rich earbud, which in my opinion has incredible audio. It just doesn't have that subwoofer type bass, which I also know a lot of people don't like. I know a lot of earbuds, especially consumer style earbuds, usually push the low end before it focuses on anything else. And this one's quite the opposite. It's focused on clarity, it's focused on details, and it's just a clean sounding earbud. But guys, that's my video on the LG tone-free FP9 True Wireless Earbuds. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.